Depression does not always look like crying in bed. Sometimes, it is much quieter than that. Sometimes, it looks like smiling in public, while feeling completely empty inside. You may still go to work. You may still answer messages. You may still do the things people expect from you. Everything may feel heavier than it used to. Even simple days can feel hard to carry. Small tasks can begin to feel strangely difficult. Getting dressed, taking a shower, replying to one simple message. And sometimes, you may not even have the words to explain what is happening. You just know something feels different. Depression can be quiet. It does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes, it slowly changes you from the inside. It can change the way you think, the way you move, and the way you see your own life. You may be surrounded by people, but still feel distant from everyone, like there is an invisible wall between you and the world. This video is not here to diagnose you. Only a qualified mental health professional can do that. But recognizing the signs can matter. It can be the first small step towards support, care, and healing. So here are 10 quiet signs. You may be struggling with depression. And if some of them feel familiar, please listen gently. The first quiet sign is losing interest in things you used to enjoy. Maybe music used to lift your mood. Maybe a simple walk used to clear your mind. But now, the same things may feel flat, distant, or strangely hard to start. You may remember that you used to love them, but you no longer feel pulled toward them. You may open a book, play one song, or start a simple task, and stop almost immediately. Then, a quiet thought may appear. What is the point? This is not laziness, and it is not a lack of discipline. When depression shows up, the brain may struggle to feel reward, pleasure, or motivation. The joy is not gone forever, but for now, it may feel harder to reach. From the outside, your life may look the same, but inside, the color may have faded. If the things you once loved no longer touch you the same way, it may be a sign worth noticing. Because when joy disappears quietly, your mind may be asking for care. The second quiet sign is feeling tired, even after you have rested. This is not just feeling sleepy. After a long day, it can feel much deeper than that. It may feel like your whole body is moving through heavy air. Even simple things can take more effort. You may wake up in the morning, already feeling drained, as if the day has started before you had a chance to recover. Small things may start to feel like too much. Getting dressed, drinking water, answering one simple message. You may sleep, you may sit quietly, you may take a break, but still not feel restored. And again, this is not laziness. Your mind may simply be overloaded. Depression does not only affect your mood, it can affect your energy, your body, and your motivation. Even when nothing looks wrong from the outside, your body may feel heavy inside. You may blame yourself and wonder, why can't I just push through? But exhaustion is not a moral failure. Constant exhaustion can be a signal. Your mind may be asking for care, not criticism. So, if rest no longer feels like rest, it may be time to listen more gently. The third quiet sign is that your sleep starts to change. For some people, depression makes it hard to fall asleep. You feel tired, but sleep does not come easily. Your body may feel exhausted, but your mind keeps running. It will not slow down. You may replay conversations, worry about tomorrow, or feel a heaviness you cannot explain. For others, depression creates the opposite problem. You may sleep much more than usual. The bed can begin to feel safe, like a place to hide from the world. Sometimes, your sleep becomes broken. You wake up again and again during the night. Or you may wake up too early, with a heavy feeling in your chest. Sleep and mood are closely connected. When one changes, the other often changes too. You feel low, so you sleep poorly. Then poor sleep makes you feel even lower. If your sleep has changed for weeks, and it is affecting your daily life, it is worth paying attention to. Because when your sleep changes, your mind may be trying to tell you something. The fourth quiet sign is that your appetite or weight begins to change. Depression can change the way your body responds to food. It can affect hunger, comfort, and even your daily eating patterns. For some people, food no longer feels appealing. Even a normal meal can feel hard to face. You may skip meals, forget to eat, or feel like eating takes too much effort. For others, the opposite happens. Food becomes a way to find comfort. This is not always about self-control. Sometimes, the mind is simply looking for relief. Food can briefly calm the body, fill an emptiness, or soften painful feelings. Over time, these changes may affect your weight, your hunger, or your eating patterns. Sometimes, your body speaks before your mind understands what is happening. The goal is not to judge yourself. The goal is to notice, without shame. If your appetite has changed, along with your mood, it may be a sign worth paying attention to. Because changes in appetite are not just about food. They can also be about how your mind is coping. The fifth quiet sign is struggling to focus or make decisions. Depression can make your mind feel slow, foggy, or scattered. You may read the same sentence again and again, but nothing seems to stay. You may walk into a room and forget why you came there. You may open your laptop and just stare at the screen, not knowing where to begin. Even small decisions can start to feel overwhelming. What should I eat? Should I reply now? Should I go out? Or stay home? This does not mean you are careless, and it does not mean you are unintelligent. Depression can use up mental energy that you normally need for focus, planning, and problem solving. You may wonder, what happened to me? I used to handle this so easily. But brain fog is not a personal failure. It can be a signal that your mind needs support. So if your mind feels foggy, try not to attack yourself. Try to listen with care. The sixth and seventh quiet signs are feeling empty, hopeless, or more irritable than usual. Many people think depression always feels like sadness, but sometimes it feels like nothing. No excitement, no hope, no strong emotion, just a quiet numbness inside. You may still move through the day, but somehow you feel disconnected from your own life. You may think, I should be grateful, so why do I feel this way? And when there is no clear reason, you may start blaming yourself. But depression does not always need an obvious reason to feel real. Another quiet sign is irritability. Depression does not always make people quiet and sad. Small things may feel too loud, too fast, or too much. You may snap at someone you love, and then feel guilty afterward. This does not mean you are a bad person. It may mean your emotional system is running low. So if you feel empty, hopeless, or easily irritated, do not ignore it. Your emotions may be asking for care. The eighth and ninth quiet signs are blaming yourself and slowly pulling away from people. Depression can change the way you see yourself. Even your own reflection can start to feel unfamiliar. You may begin to feel like a burden, even when people still care about you. A harsh inner voice may tell you that you are failing, that you are not doing enough, or that you are letting everyone down. These thoughts can feel very convincing, but they are not always the truth. You are not your darkest thoughts. You are a person having a difficult experience. The next sign is pulling away from people, and often it begins quietly. You may reply later, ignore calls, cancel plans, or stop joining conversations. Not because you do not care, but because you feel too tired to explain yourself. And the more you pull away, the more alone you may feel. But one small honest message can become a doorway back to support. So, if you have been blaming yourself or disappearing from people, please notice it gently. You may need connection, not criticism. The 10th sign is serious. Having thoughts of not wanting to be here anymore. These thoughts do not always sound dramatic. Sometimes they are quiet. It may sound like, I wish I could disappear for a while. Or, everyone would be better off without me. Sometimes, it is not that you want life to end. You just want the pain to stop. If this sounds familiar, please take it seriously. This is a sign to reach for support now. You do not have to handle these thoughts by yourself. If you are in immediate danger, or you feel like you might hurt yourself, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. If you are in the United States, and these thoughts feel heavy or unsafe, you can call or text 988 for immediate emotional support. Talking to someone can help you stay safe through the next moment, the next hour, and the next day. What you feel right now can change, but you should not have to wait alone. This is not weakness. This is a moment for care, safety, and support. If some of these signs felt familiar, please do not judge yourself. Struggling does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you are broken, lazy, or failing at life. Depression can affect your energy, your sleep, your focus, your appetite, your emotions, and sometimes it changes your life quietly before anyone else notices. But noticing the signs is not the end. It can be the first step toward care. If you are struggling, consider telling someone safe and supportive. A therapist, a doctor, a counselor, or a crisis line can help you find the next safe step. You do not have to fix everything today. One small step is still a step. Sometimes healing begins with one message, one appointment, one honest sentence. You are allowed to need help, and you are allowed to receive it. If this video helped you feel less alone, consider subscribing to Calm Mind Habits for more gentle reminders for your mind.